we're using voice notes and not the written text ताकि उनको जो पेरेंट्स और वो भी कुछ हद तक उसको incorporate कर सकें. We need to incorporate parents in the process somehow ताकि उसके साथ हम लोग इसको introduce
So you think that the future of education is an integrated approach between the household and school?
Yes, absolutely.
And you think that's given technology, that's an opportunity
Yes.
that we can really tap into?
Okay, I think I can answer on behalf of the provincial government. I'm also Chairman PIRA, PIMA, which is Punjab Education Management Initiatives Management Authority. I work very closely with all these schools. जो PSSP में इन्होंने dished out to private sector, and very closely work with BEF also. So I think let's start, because I think we keep talking about the problems. I can tell you exactly what we are doing, and is it actually improving things or not? So I can talk about that, but let's get to hear from others.
You've done a lot of work on innovative schools, right? And you represent a very innovative model, public-private partnerships with schools.
Yeah.
And you know, आपने PEF का जिक्र किया, आपने private providers का जिक्र किया. I think public-private partnerships have really gained a lot of traction in Pakistan if they're done well, you know, if they're regulated well. So what do you think when it comes to innovating for the future, the school economy?
So obviously, I started following education in Pakistan right after year 2000, maybe when the Musharraf government came. The first time I saw any kind of education policy framework was during Chaudhry Parvez Ilahi's time. It was interesting, the ideas were cool. Then, we went to the Noon League government, the last time Shahbaz Sharif was Prime Minister. There was so much halchal, we were all kind of involved in that Punjab Education Support Program, KP mein bhi chal raha tha. There was all this energy around plans, and then budget allocations were supposed to improve, but then we had a lot of money from DFID at the time, big program, and then that effort ended, and then we looked at the education learning outcomes. Again, we were right back at square one. Then we had the PTI government, there was a lot of talk, and Urdu single national curriculum and all this kind of stuff. A lot of talk, no improvement. Now we are here once again. A lot of talk. Maybe we haven't allocated the budget that we need to. I think the World Bank says it has to be over 5% or something like that. We are not even close. Maybe we're like 1.8, 1,
0.8, right?
Everybody has that.
Yeah.
So even if you're in a situation where we could all around the table agree that there is a plan and there is money, there is definitely a gap between plan, money, and outcome, right? So, as someone who feels at times that I've been banging my head against the wall for the last 5, 7, 8 years, and I can barely make a scratch because people pay lip service and then they don't do anything. It's kind of like maybe there's something to try to get out of this discussion, is a way in which to motivate the decision makers to actually move beyond lip service to actually service delivery. And to me, this is where the gap really exists. And I can say I have a great innovative idea, you have 12, they have 12, and here we are. The Punjab government is in this kind of revolutionary program where they're saying, you know what, we're just going to start outsourcing schools to private sector PPPs and all. But do those private sector partners have the same resources that the failing schools that the government is running have? No, they don't. It's probably significantly less. If we really wanted to do this properly, we would then allocate more resources, but we can't do it properly because... So, how do we get our people the decision makers at the highest level to be motivated to do it? Or to have the capacity to do it as well? I think there are many secretaries of education I've dealt with, more than half of them, that were either not interested in their job or not interested in changing anything, or, do it on somebody else's watch. Please, my promotion is coming in 9 months. I need to get out of here without being hauled in by NAB a year from now. Whatever the reasons are, there may be legitimate reasons also. Point is just, I think that one of the things we need to know is how to convince our leaders to take action and move from words and lip service. Just my own thing. It's other people talk about
Yeah,
innovation and.
I know you, Shahab told me that you have a background in assessments and
Yes.
all that.
Yes.
Before we get to you, if I could just
Sure.
ask Mihnaz,
Yes.
because उन्होंने बहुत काम किया हुआ है inside the government, outside the government,
Sure.
especially on foundational learning and early learning. And what do you see as the evolution of the school, the model that we call the school right now, and how do you think evolving that model can actually help us address the learning poverty challenge, and what are some of the effective models that you
Yeah, thank you Iza, and thank you everyone. थोड़ा मतलब अली के साथ तो थोड़ा सा काम भी किया हुआ है, थोड़ा सा नहीं काफ़ी ज़्यादा काम किया हुआ है. अच्छा, वो कह रहे हैं ना कि आपको स्लीपलेस नाइट्स होती हैं, तो हाँ मुझे होती हैं, क्योंकि मैं बड़े गौर से देख रही हूँ वो 50% बच्चा हु आर अंडर द पॉवर्टी लाइन, लिविंग द फैमिलीज बिलो द पॉवर्टी लाइन. ठीक है, वर्ल्ड बैंक की रिपोर्ट्स आ जाती हैं, थैंक्स टू देम वी डोंट हैव द पॉलिटिकल विल की आप बात करते हैं ना, तो हर जगह पे आप देखें पॉलिटिकल विल का. फिर उसकी वजह से पीटीआई की हुकूमत आती है, खान साहब अपनी मेडन स्पीच में कहते हैं जी स्टंटिंग एंड ये वो करके, अच्छा फिर उसके ऊपर कुछ नहीं होता. अब आई हुकूमत, उन्होंने कहा जी एजुकेशन इमरजेंसी, नथिंग. 25A है, अमेंडमेंट है कि ऑल चिल्ड्रन विच इज़ अनरियलिस्टिक, उस पर कभी किसी ने उनके ऊपर मुकदमा दायर नहीं किया. तो सबसे पहली बात तो ये है कि पॉवर्टी जो है ना हमारी, उसका हमारे पास कोई हल नहीं है. मैं अभी आप हल की तरफ जाती हूँ, जस्ट बेयर मी आउट बिकॉज आई हैव डन अ लॉट ऑफ इम्प्लीमेंटेशन वर्क बिफोर कमिंग टू द पार्लियामेंट, एंड देन आई टॉक अबाउट द पार्लियामेंट जो आपने बातें रेज की हैं. तो उसमें ये है कि आपने जिक्र किया 40% चिल्ड्रन आर स्टंटेड. ठीक है, स्टंटेड का मतलब है लो हाइट फॉर एज, 17% वेस्टिंग, लो वेट फॉर हाइट, 28% ओवरऑल. अच्छा, मैं जिन बच्चों को देख रही हूँ ना, उनके पास तो मतलब खाने को रोटी भी नहीं है, CNICs नहीं है. लोग मेरे पास आते हैं, मतलब आई हैव नो मतलब ऑफिस राइट नाउ कि CNIC, इट्स नॉट जस्ट दैट हल्का, बिकॉज आई वर्क एट अ नेशनल स्केल, सो दे कम टू मी कि CNIC नहीं है. बच्चों के CNIC का कोई अगर आप प्रोविंशियल कमिटमेंट्स देखें तो सवाए पंजाब के थ्रू आउट, मतलब वो पढ़ा लिखा पंजाब हो या वो कुछ और हो, या वो मरियम नवाज शरीफ के कोई एफर्ट हो, पंजाब, एंड बिकॉज डिफिट वर्ल्ड बैंक एंड ऑल दैट, बिकॉज इट्स मोर ऑर्गेनाइज्ड एंड ईजी टू वर्क विद. बाकी की बात आप देखें. अच्छा, जब न्यूट्रिशन की बहुत पॉवर्टी, न्यूट्रिशन फूड पॉवर्टी बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो हम जब कहते हैं कि बच्चा कौन जहन है सीख नहीं रहा, when we are talking about learning, so it is because the architecture of the brain has changed because of this and the stress levels and all that. मैं क्या बताऊँ आपको कि बच्चे किस तरीके से रह रहे हैं. मतलब ये है कि हम बात कर रहे हैं कि जी व्हाट्सएप वगैरह सबके पास है, हम वो, लेकिन उनकी जैसे हुकूमत की प्रायोरिटी नहीं है, उस तरह से पेरेंट्स की भी नहीं प्रायोरिटी. जो हमारे 26 मिलियन चिल्ड्रन आउट ऑफ स्कूल है ना, आप ये समझें कि उनकी पेरेंट्स की प्रायोरिटी नहीं है टू कीप देम इन स्कूल. मतलब they have given up in the face of poverty. अच्छा, फिर इससे हमारी सोशल इकोनॉमिक चलती रहेगी. अच्छा, अब बात आती है, जब मैं पार्लियामेंट में थी तो मैंने ये देखा कि जब एजुकेशन की बात आती है ना, तो हम जब बैठे होंगे तो हम बहुत बड़ी बड़ी बातें करेंगे एजुकेशन के ऊपर, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट द पॉलिसी मेकर्स एंड ऑल दैट. वहाँ पर कुछ नहीं होता. इस दफ़ा मेरा ख्याल और नीचे आ गया है, 2% पे चला गया बजट. वहाँ पर ये होता है कि कुछ नहीं बचा होता, तो ये बजट एजुकेशन का है, उसके ऊपर भी कट्स लगते जाते हैं क्योंकि वो स्पेंडिंग नहीं होती है. अच्छा, अब कल मैं सुन रही थी कि जो 27वीं तरमीम आ रही है, 27th अमेंडमेंट, हाँ, द एजुकेशन इज गोइंग टू बी सेंट्रलाइज्ड नाउ इंस्टेड ऑफ लोकल गवर्नेंस, व्हिच इज अ रिस्पॉन्स टू दिस situation and knowing kids by face कि भाई तुम क्यों नहीं भेज रहा अपने, और तुम क्यों नहीं भेज रही अपने बच्चों को, या खाने की क्या कमी है, क्या मसला है, बीमारी का क्या मसला है. अब सेंट्रलाइज फेडरल गवर्नमेंट ओवर सिंस 2010 में आया था ना ये 18th अमेंडमेंट, they don't have the capacity. My God, look at the minister, MQM का minister, look at the state minister, मतलब बस जाके फीता कटिंग and all this kind of thing. फिर दूसरी बात ये कि PM ने एजुकेशन इमरजेंसी का ऐलान किया. Nothing after that. There was a big meeting, all donors.
5 Danish schools.
But आपको ये भी याद होगा, the PM never chaired it. Till now, the launch he was there.
हाँ, launch के बाद ना.
The one meeting which SN Iqbal chaired. PM has never chaired an actual
हाँ,
meeting.
so we need to see new faces. मतलब आप जो who feel passionately about it ना. Political will में आपके उसमें जब जाता है ना, तो ये सिर्फ household matter है कि बच्चों को स्कूल भेजना कि नहीं भेजना, ये पॉलिटिकल मैटर नहीं है, ना आपके एमएनए को मैटर करता है, ना आपके प्रोविंस को मैटर करता है. हाँ मतलब मैं पंजाब इज़ एन एक्सेप्शन थ्रू आउट, ये नहीं कि अभी का, बट इट हैज़ बीन एन एक्सेप्शन थ्रू आउट. सो उसमें जो आपने बात की इंटरजेनरेशनल लर्निंग की, वो बहुत अच्छी बात है, बिकॉज वी हैव इन आवर प्रोग्राम्स, आई वाज रनिंग द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन व्हिच आई एम रिवाइविंग नाउ, चिल्ड्रंस ग्लोबल नेटवर्क, उसमें हमने ये किया अर्ली चाइल्डहुड एजुकेशन के थ्रू. सो देयर इज अ अच्छा मॉडल की बात में बात कर लूँ. अच्छा तो मतलब ये मैं अभी मतलब अपना पूरा वो स्पील दे देती हूँ, बिकॉज आई जस्ट टॉक्ड अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम्स. सो प्रॉब्लम्स के साथ ये कि वी हैव टू कैच द चिल्ड्रन अर्ली, मतलब वी हैव टू रियली कैच द चिल्ड्रन अर्ली. हम जब बात करें ना कि वो स्कूल कैसे होगा, ये होगा वो होगा, वो स्कूल बन नहीं सकता. किसी के पास ना वो बीकन हाउस के एजुकेटर्स बना सकता है, क्योंकि उन्होंने अपने आप को अफ्लोट रखना है, ना वो गवर्नमेंट बना सकती है. गवर्नमेंट के पास तो वो भी पूरे स्कूल नहीं है जो पॉपुलेशन के हिसाब से होने चाहिए, और अब फ्लड्स आए वो स्कूल दोबारा नहीं बनेंगे जो फ्लड्स में चले जाएंगे या टेररिज्म में चले जाएंगे. सो वी ट्राइड दिस मॉडल, जो कि मैं थोड़ा सा रिविजिटिंग माई पास्ट, हिस्टोरिकल पास्ट, काफ़ी पुरानी बात है. अख्तर हमीद खान, you know, he was the first person in Pakistan who started supporting entrepreneurship and realizing entrepreneurship in Buraki. So he had the model. He started a credit line for educators, you know, like these young people who were educated and they wanted to do something. तो वो वहाँ से उनको स्कूलिंग के, I was a program officer with an organization that were giving them that money and supporting them. So I was working on education. So what we put 2 and 2 together. पहले पेफ के साथ हमने इसको मॉडल किया, मान गए, वो मान तो नहीं रहते कि जी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स होते हैं, एजुकेशनिस्ट जो होते हैं, मगर वो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स तो होते हैं. अच्छा, उसके बाद ये है कि what we started to do was to call for you know, advertised and call for educated youth. Boys, only women चाहिए अर्ली चाइल्डहुड के लिए, बिकॉज चाइल्ड यू नो प्रोटेक्शन वगैरह के बड़े इश्यूज होते हैं. एंड देन यू नो स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन उसकी पूरी की कि भाई कमरा कितना बड़ा होगा, क्या होगा, एंड लो कॉस्ट मटेरियल्स. और एक to start off, because we had different funding at that time, to start off with giving them a box of supplies कि आपने इसके साथ करना है, and then पूरा dashboard of कि क्या क्या कहाँ चल रहा है. So उसमें यह है कि वो earlier, और it's based in the community in somebody's house with a big you know place, और बाथरूम भी है, और मतलब पूरा उसका एंड चाइल्ड प्रोटेक्शन का भी मेथड है और सारा कुछ करके. सो आई थिंक द रिस्पॉन्स इज टू मी, मतलब मेरे लिए बाकी आप लोगों की जिम्मेदारी है, लेकिन मेरे लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है. एंड दैट आई लाइक टू फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ माई लाइफ आई वुड लाइक टू just focus on early years, whether it's happening through World Bank financing in the government schools, whether it's the Parwan model that we take, मतलब वो you know, because we have these unemployed youth, मतलब जितने भी हैं, मतलब बहुत हैं, I don't have the numbers right now, लेकिन ये है कि वो unemployed youth हैं, और दूसरी तरफ वो बच्चे हैं जो पैदा होते चले जा रहे हैं, लेकिन उनके लिए कुछ नहीं है. And फिर then a nutritional package also for the children. And then you know the mothers come, it's in the community, the mothers come, they talk to the teacher. फिर वो जो आपकी बात है intergenerational learning literacy की, तो वहाँ पर वो भी बात हो जाए, उनकी awareness भी हो जाए और सारा कुछ करके. So ये बहुत ज़रूरी है to catch them at the earlier time and through entrepreneurs. If we want to have a mass result, that is to me very important for a country like Pakistan.
So I think this brings us to a really good segue into you. So आपने जो बात की, you say we can't just go for the standard 5-room school where every school has a teacher. You need to leverage the demographic dividend. You have a lot of unemployed youth. You equip them to run their own schools, community within the community, whether it's a cohort-based model, a multi-grade model. But you equip them with the resources they need to succeed. And that's how you address it, right? So, you know, I know, given your work on curriculum reform, etc., if we have all these models, right, we say all hands on deck, whatever model you think will work, bring it in, whether it's public-private partnerships, whether it's standardized traditional government schools, whether it's non-formal schools, whether it's, you know, quicker accelerated programs. How then does the government keep track of how well learning is happening? and how do we standardize performance measurement, right, in terms of access, equity and learning, ताकि we get a good understanding of how well our students are doing. And I'm not just talking about your NAT or something like that, I'm talking about real-time measurement, right? So you address where the challenges are as the challenges emerge and you have solutions.
So I think, I mean, building on what everybody said and coming to your question also, I mean, in my 16, 17 years of experience of running private schools and of course limited work with government schools, but I know a lot of people who've been, like who've engaged with in public and private partnerships, and I think that, and I've seen some colleges in Karachi working that out as well. I know that it's a very micro solution right now. We're talking about thousands of schools, but a policy where, I don't know, maybe every private school, it's mandatory for them to adopt and help out a public school, I think can work out very, very well. I'll tell you why I'm saying such a thing. Because any private school that is set up has resources for curriculum, has books, has somebody who's built the curriculum and teaching it and knows the problems and has the experience of, knowing what problems these kids are going through. Yes, socioeconomic backgrounds may vary, but they've done all the homework. So it's very easy for them to repeat it. So I've been advocating this in a lot of circles back in Karachi, that maybe it will not be taken well, but if we start having this kind of a policy, it's very easy. Like if I'm part of a private school system, it's very easy for me to adopt another school and help out because our teachers are trained. There can be a very good partnership. But yes, we don't have enough policies that make it mandatory because of maybe it will not be taken well that there's another responsibility. Obviously, a little bit of budget will be needed, but they've already done all the homework. And when we tried that with one of the adopted schools, it worked out really well. But yes, obviously the differences were in terms of the quality, the socioeconomic class difference, and the kind of well-being attention on their well-being that those kids needed, because they had more problems and traumas, and that needed to be dealt with first, right? So I think before we go on to solutions, I think this is one thing that I don't know how it will happen, and if you just leave it up to the private schools, not all of them will take this initiative. Something has to come in, right? Some will take it up because they want to, but it needs to come in the form of a policy, I feel. And also well-being needs to be given a lot more attention, because maybe it may seem कि यहाँ तो पढ़ने के लिए stationery नहीं है, किताबें नहीं हैं, तो why do we need counselors? But actually the parents and the kids, they've either been through financial problems, or there's been some abuse at home, or there's so many mindsets that need to be challenged, that I feel that educating, like the point he brought up, that educating the parents and sorting out their problems is more important, and then the kids will also come in. So this is another problem. I feel like this is a challenge that needs to be tackled with. And once this has been brought in, then I think brought in assessment, right? So as far as the measures are concerned, see, forms and surveys and data don't work equally for all kind of schools, right? So even when we come up with any kind of KPIs in our school, we need to look at the kind of demographic, we are looking at the kind of parents, we are looking at how educated are the parents, how educated are the people dealing with that. So I feel that it cannot be a one solution, basic solution. Let's come up with, a school survey report. And for example, a lot of countries have that. So I've looked at Canadian systems and a lot of schools in Australia and Canada, and what they do is that it's mandatory for them to go through these, school surveys through which they measure how the school is doing. But I feel that's not doable in a country like ours, because the level varies a lot, it's not standardized. So I feel there should be tiers, and the benchmark and the school service system, which actually assesses how well the kids are studying, what is the quality of education, are the teachers giving enough time, should also have tiers. and it should also be according to the kind of background the students are coming from. But yes, school surveys and like quality, like it's basically not just a form written down. I mean, surveys are done through interventions, interviews, talks. But I feel that there could be 3 or 4 tiers in the system, and we could have 3 or 4 different types of surveys, and we should take the one for that public, like the one being used in your public school, for example, should be the one that suits it. But there should be different models and not just one standardized model like other countries have, because I feel we're not at that stage. I mean, maybe you could comment on that. Like the KPIs cannot be standardized across the government systems as well.
Ajay, thank you very much. I think this is rather helpful. I think the core issue is out of school children and the ones who are coming to the school, what kind of education are they getting?
Exactly.
I think that's really. So if we, so quality of education के लिए, I think one of the most important things is कि क्या सरकार का structure which is in place is actually going to enable that or not. Okay? So for example, I'll give you an example. We have 3 different institutions in Punjab. Punjab Curriculum Textbook Board, PEC and KAID, 3 different departments which were supposed to work together to enhance quality of teaching and learning. 3 of them were working in different silos. So when when the Chief Minister took over and she created this advisory committee on education, the first thing we realized was that they can't work in layer silos, they have to be put together. So PECTA was formed. So at least what I'm trying to say is that the structure, they have realized that to enable this thing, they have to have a structure in place which can support it. So that's number 1. Number 2, the Chief Minister, when she took over, she was very clear that unfortunately the public sector is unable to actually attract the students from out of school to come to school and then to provide them with education. So interestingly, Government of Punjab had this very interesting initiative back in 2017, which was done by PIMA. So what PIMA had done was that they took over, they dished out about 4,300 schools to different partners. There were NGOs, there were school chains. Beacon House being one of them, by the way. So Beacon House took over 50 schools in Gujarat. When we took over these schools, the total student strength was about 4,000. Today we stand at about 14,000. And we are chock-a-block. And one of the limitations we had was that they did not allow us to go beyond primaries. But now with the new, Punjab school restructuring program, now we are allowing them that if they adopt a primary school, they can go up to middle. We're not going into secondary right now, but yes, middle we will allow them if they have their organic progression in those schools. So, good or bad, right or wrong, but 1 or 2 things that were able to get determined was, so initially what they were doing was they were giving a stipend of about 500 rupees. And they were assessing those kids, and the schools which were performing well, only they were the ones who were getting those that stipend. Anyway, so there was a lot to learn from these schools which were dished out. So now this time around, when we came up with this new program, where we've already dished out about 10,000 schools and another 5 are in the in the pipeline, which I think we'll be advertising somewhere in November. So this time around, whatever lessons we had learned, we made these contracts even more kind of watertight, and we made sure that this thing kind of delivers. One of the first thing we did was that we enhanced the stipend from 500 to about 1200. 1200 plus 300, which is if you have a computer lab, this, that, and the other. So it goes up to about 1500 rupees. So which makes it very viable, and which also makes it very viable for the teachers to get a decent salary. Because earlier they were getting a very meager salary. So I mean that's one of the things they've done. They started this program September 24. So I think the first phase was about 5,000, the next phase was about 4,500 or something. I think 10,000 they've already dished out, and the idea was to dish out 15,000. So in those September 24 till now, there's been an increase of about 600,000 students, which is phenomenal. And a lot of new partners have come in, And interestingly now we've kind of, we use Form Bay and all that, so there is, I mean, whatever increase we are getting in the enrollment, that is very, very authentic. It's not like they have, they're going to 2 different places. The other thing which we feel, I mean, one of the things we realized was tenting, of course, is a big issue. So 8 districts were chosen, which had the worst standing issues going on. Chief Minister's meal program, I think it's called, which is being implemented, so fortified biscuits, milk and all, so it's being distributed amongst. And even that has increased the enrollment in the schools. So I think there are bits and pieces which are doing, which Governor Punjab is doing, which is essentially giving them, very interesting results. The other thing is that the Governor of Punjab has realized that they are essentially spending about 4,500 per student. And in this way, they are just spending about 1,500 per student, and they are essentially getting a lot of return. I mean, I've got some figures.
Sorry, Charles.
Sorry, Charles.
Really?
Yeah. That's what they say. Anyway, so तकरीबन 6 लाख हमारी enrollment बढ़ गई है. I mean, if we look at the number of teachers that we've increased, that's also quite phenomenal, because all these schools, interestingly, the ones which came in phase 1, they were shortlisted on the basis that they had either 0 teacher or 1 teacher. And in phase 2, what they chose was 1 teacher or 2 teachers. So, I mean, and one of the other things, you were talking about shortage of teachers. Interestingly, when we did staff rationalization, we realized we're still overstaffed. Because there are schools with very little enrollment, but a lot of teachers. So once you start to, send them out to, you start to rationalize them. It's a very interesting situation. Now, another thing. So 2 things which came up which were rather interesting. Engaging with private schools. That's a brilliant idea, by the way. Because you see, I feel that there are amazing success stories just around us. And we go to the donors and ask them, give us an example of Nigeria. Why do we have to go there? We've got great success stories around us, number 1. So Beacon House came up with this, because we were getting involved with these 50 years, we came up with this very interesting notion. We said that every teacher has to have 20 professional development hours with any of these private schools, low-fee private school or with a government school. So I think there can be a lot of ways where you can connect the private sector with the public sector. So that's one. Number 2 is that when we talk about standardization. Now, I interestingly also had educators. Educators has almost 600 schools across Pakistan. We have our presence in 270 cities of Pakistan. So literally we deal with every provincial board. So how do I make sure that we have some minimum quality standards across these 600 schools spread over 270 cities? So the answer is very prescriptive model. We've got the SOPs, like I remember Mehnaz used to talk about these things back in the day, and we were able to actually standardize a lot of things. We don't want the teachers to be very innovative at this point in time. They have to just follow this daily lesson plan, which we send out to the teachers. So what we do at Educators is that every class would have the entire syllabus. We break it down to schemes of work. We have these daily lesson plans. We dish them out. We don't want the teachers to be very innovative. We can just tell them that these are 40 minutes. Just follow whatever is on this piece of paper. So at least we are making sure that minimum quality standards are met. And that is precisely why today we have about 240,000 students.
So can I think this is all really, really rich ideas. So we've talked about EPPs, we've talked about technology, we've talked about structured pedagogy and prescriptive models. We've talked about engagement using technology, engagement with parents, starting early and making sure that...
Yeah, by the way, one of the initiatives government is doing, Punjab government is doing, they are trying to create an ECCE sector in every district, which will then trickle down to Tehsil level. And they've come up with this new one, Nawaz Sharif Early Childhood Center of Excellence in Lahore. You remember that children library? It's been converted into this. Yeah, and that's something which is kind of amazing.
But sorry, going back to, and you've talked about benchmarks and assessments, etc. But let's be honest, all of this has been done in Pakistan, right? Everything that we've spoken about has been done to some extent and hasn't really succeeded, right? We are where we are right now. So if we can just do another quick round, I think we probably have about, we have some time. We have about 20 minutes.
So, private sector success stories are cool. Our government has failed for long enough that it is sensible to consider bringing private sector engagement into the public school system. But I would just caution about what that private sector engagement is, whether it is to empower a public system that is not profit driven or whatever. But again, I mean, you know, I could have told you all about the real-time data tracking and how one can respond literally within 2.5 minutes to what a teacher did in the classroom, because there's an AI thing telling you what's happening. But if there is no if we are just concerned with budget utilization and plans and fita cutting, then nothing will change. I mean, we talk about private sector training government teachers, that's not some new story. It's been going on for years and years. Beacon House itself has been training government teachers for a long time. You've been to some of these types of events, I've been to them. It's a TADA afternoon. People come, have tea, take pictures, they love it and they leave, and who the hell cares? And the bottom line is, because unlike in educators, there is no meaningful system of accountability for anyone in the chain, from the teacher on up to the Secretary of Education themselves. So, you know, we all have great ideas, and you know, you put 5 of us in a ministry and give us a little bit of leeway, we will be able to immediately create some impact. But who wants you to do that exactly? Do we have the empowerment and the ability to do it? That, to me, that's the real question. I know the work that everyone in this room has done, and you know, it's all great work, but how can it lead to tangible
Scaling up,
improvements in learning outcomes? When are we going to measure the learning outcome per rupee? As opposed to, I put 100 billion in budget and built 1,800 school campuses, and there's a hospitality center where we're training hospitality, and you know, but where is it, right? So the soft stuff can't be ignored anymore. In Sindh, for instance, all the minister there wants to talk about is flood rehabilitation, right? And I get it, buildings were wiped out, but you know, it's not just about flood rehabilitation. So intent कैसे चेंज करें अपने सियासी लोगों को और जो ब्यूरोक्रेट्स हैं और टीचर्स को?
I think one of the problem you generally you face with political government is that their stand is about 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
They need something more tangible to take to their voters. Unfortunately, education, and you know, some of these things we talk about, the learning outcomes which don't happen overnight. I mean, obviously, I don't think they have the patience for it, unfortunately. They have the patience. So, I mean, one of the things I talked to the minister and you know, some of these people, I said, why don't you guys all sit together, come up with one policy, bring in the opposition, everybody, and you need to commit that we will, this is the roadmap for the next 3, 5, 7, 10 years. And we'll all stick to it no matter which political government comes. I mean, maybe that's the solution.
This is a question that applies to every ministry in the country. If we agreed on this,
You still have some low-hanging fruits to show to your voters. But education, I think it requires, it's not like something.
देखिए बात ये है कि it's not about being bipartisan and सब कुछ करके चलने के लिए वो बहुत मौके आए. मतलब मैंने तो हुकूमतों के साथ 20-20, 25-25 साल से काम किया एज एन NGO.
I know.
ठीक है, तो उसमें बड़े मौके आते हैं. कोई मतलब it's all about फीता cutting and all this kind of thing ना. अच्छा, the main thought behind all of this is कि our children, ठीक है, elite versus the poor है ना अभी यहाँ पर. फिर elite के various classes हैं. तो कि our children are taken care of. बाकी तो चलो एक है ना चीज़, मतलब एजुकेशन है, पोलिंग के लिए एजुकेशन की टीचर्स आ जाती हैं, मतलब पोलिंग इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर द, मतलब मैं आपको बता रही हूँ एक सियासी नजरिए से उसको आप बिल्कुल नहीं बदल सकते. हाँ, अच्छा, दूसरी बात ये है कि देखिए ये जो इसका हल है ना वो हुकूमत में नहीं. अब आप कह रहे हैं, मतलब ये कि मुझे भी PCP ने कहा कि आप जाके देखें वो वहाँ पर स्कूल्स दे रहे हैं और सारा कुछ करके, तो आई वाज़न्ट रेडी, माय ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज़ नॉट रेडी इज येट. बट द थिंग इज दिस कि इसका फ्यूचर क्या होगा. हुकूमत ने भी थोड़ा हाथ पीछे कर लिया. NGOs कब तक उसको चला सकेंगे? क्या NGOs इतने डेडिकेटेड हैं? तो इसका आंसर मेरे नज़दीक देखें, अगर पॉलिसी का जो लफ्ज़ है वो एक अब रिडंडेंट लफ्ज़ है. पॉलिसियाँ बहुत बनती हैं, प्रोजेक्ट 2030, 2050, 2090, पता नहीं बन के वो जाते रहते हैं. यू नो, नोबडी वांट्स टू लिसन टू दैट. बात यह है कि एक तरफ हम एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की बात करते हैं, एक तरफ हम सारी चीज़ों की, एक तरफ AI है, चैट GPT है, ये वो करके. जो तैयार हैं नौजवान हमारे, मतलब मतलब आई फील प्राइमरी सेक्शंस में तो खवातीन को ही होना चाहिए, सो उनको इंगेज किया जाए, उसके लिए एक मॉडल तैयार करना चाहिए। सो द बिग फिश लाइक बीकन हाउस, सिटी स्कूल, मतलब जो कोई भी बाकी होंगे, मेरा ख्याल है बिगेस्ट फिश इज बीकन हाउस, मतलब इसमें सारे एजुकेटर्स भी आपने कर लिया। इवन एजुकेटर्स इज वेरी एक्सपेंसिव फॉर सम पीपल, यू नो, मतलब लोग मेरे पास आते हैं, मेरे अपने मुलाजमीन मेरे पास आते हैं कि बच्चे को एजुकेटर में डालना अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते, तो मैंने कहा मैं भी नहीं अफोर्ड कर सकती, मैं आपको पैसे दूँ उसके, मतलब इतने लोगों के इतने बच्चे। सो द थिंग इज दिस कि आप वो, इट्स नॉट नॉन फॉर्मल, यू नो, यू हैव टू क्रिएट एन अम्ब्रेला very mindfully. It is not the ECC center that is going to वो बच्चे देगा दूसरी जगह पे. It is that youth who want to make a difference जो करेंगे. And then PM से CM से आप ना रखें, ठीक है? आप CM पंजाब को आप छोड़ दें, वो all the CM Punjabs are always very into it because वर्ल्ड बैंक की सपोर्ट होती है, FCDO की सपोर्ट होती है, सबकी सपोर्ट होती है. आप बाकियों को छोड़ दें, आप फोकस करना शुरू करें जो आपके है ना तहसील्स और आपके जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हैं वो आर डूइंग वेल एंड स्टार्ट हाईलाइटिंग देयर इज नो बज अराउंड एजुकेशन। क्यों नहीं है बस? आप ये सारी बातें कर रहे हैं ना, मुझे लग रहा है ऐसे फ्लैट में चल रहा है, बस नहीं हो रही, बस बिल्कुल नहीं है। देयर इज नो एक्साइटमेंट। पार्लियामेंट में मैं एजुकेशन की हर वक्त बात करती थी, देयर वाज नो एक्साइटमेंट। अच्छा मैं एक एग्जांपल दे तो सो
देयर इज नो एविडेंस।
नहीं देखिए
For
एविडेंस
anything.
नो
आप कह रही हैं डिस्ट्रिक्ट अच्छा कौन सा है, मुझे बता दें।
मैं बताती हूँ आपको।
But as
oh नहीं
which district
I'll tell
in
you.
Punjab has
आप
good
सुने
education
तो आप
outcomes?
सुने तो सही, शकरगढ़ की तहसील शकरगढ़ की तहसील में 89% फीमेल लिटरेसी है, 89%। इट्स द केरला ऑफ पाकिस्तान। अच्छा अभी मेरी बात मुकम्मल ठीक है ना? सो ये है कि हमें एक तो बस क्रिएट, मतलब, और बस पता है क्या होगा, हुकूमत के अंदर से नहीं होगा, मतलब हुकूमत के बाहर से होगा। अच्छा द लास्ट थिंग दैट आई वांट टू टेल यू इज, जहाँ हम बात करते हैं बहुत हम हुकूमत को ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे हैं और ये सारा कुछ करके, मैंने इतनी मुश्किलों से प्रोहिबिशन ऑफ कॉर्पोरल पनिशमेंट का बिल पास कराया इस्लामाबाद कैपिटल टेरिटरी के लिए। बहुत लोग क्लेम करते हैं कि हमने कराया। मलाला ने भी एक अपने आर्टिकल में कहा कि उन्होंने कराया ये बिल पास। मेरी तो उनसे बातें नहीं हुई इस पर, 4 साल लगे मुझे पास करा। हाँ, शहजाद रॉय हेल्प्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ टॉकिंग बिकॉज इट वाज द ऑपोजिशन यू नो स्पीकर, तो उनसे हालांकि कैसर वाज ऑलराइट विद मी आल्सो। उसके रूल्स भी बनवा दिए मैंने, लॉन्च भी करवा दिए मैंने। आई वेंट टू द सेक्रेटरी हु वाज सपोजिटली डूइंग अमेजिंग वर्क इन इस्लामाबाद कैपिटल टेरिटरी एंड ही सेड टू मी, इस तरह से करके, यू नो मेरी तो टीम ही नहीं मानती इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए। क्यों? अच्छा अब आपके सामने एक और जो मौजूद है ना, एक मॉडल मौजूद है दैट इज वर्किंग अमेजिंगली, इज द मदारिस। मदारिस में क्या हो रहा है? हम मदारिस की क्यों नहीं बात करते? हमने ये बिल हम क्यों नहीं इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे? बिकॉज मदारिस, क्योंकि उसमें मदारिस भी है कि मदारिस में नहीं मारा जाएगा, मतलब आप खींचने को भी मारना कह रहे हैं, उसको भी अब्यूज है। आई मेड इट वेरी इजी कि नो पनिशमेंट, नो दिस दैट, बेइज्जती है, नहीं कर रहे। ठीक है सेक्रेटरी साहब जी, मेरी टीम नहीं मान रही, जो कि बड़े चैंपियन थे उस वक्त एजुकेशन, ठीक है ना? सो क्रिएटिंग दैट बज़, मेकिंग इट रेलेवेंट, वेदर व्हाटएवर यू आर डूइंग, सब कुछ करके एंड इन्वॉल्विंग द यूथ और हाईलाइटिंग। देखिए मैं कल पढ़ रही थी, मतलब बहुत से इलाके हैं वो आर डूइंग वेरी वेल इन एजुकेशन, ठीक है? अच्छा आखिर में मैं अपना पॉइंट करना चाहती हूँ, तबत दैब ने काम किया था स्कोर कार्ड्स, एजुकेशनल स्कोर कार्ड्स, एंड दे वर वेरी हेल्पफुल। बट यू नो कोई फंडिंग नहीं देगा, खुद सबको अपने स्कोर का मतलब आ जाता है, पता चल जाता है। मुझे तो एक सेक्रेटरी ने कहा कि आपका जी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में इतना रेट हाई है लिटरेसी का, आप उसके बारे में क्यों नहीं कोई स्टोरी करती, आप उसको हाईलाइट क्यों नहीं करती? दैट इज व्हेन आई गॉट टू नो, आई डिडंट नो अबाउट इट।
Sorry to have taken up so much time to understand कि at least between districts है ना, उनको comparability मिल सके। एक तो क्योंकि एजुकेशन के ऊपर ना पर्सनली आई डोंट थिंक कि कोई एक स्टैंडर्डाइज किस्म की इन्फॉर्मेशन किसी के पास भी अवेलेबल है। बहुत स्पार्स किस्म की इन्फॉर्मेशन है। कुछ जगह पे एक लर्निंग लेवल का नैट भी करता है तो प्रोविंशियल लेवल पे करता है, सो आपको डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है उसकी। डिस्ट्रिक्ट के अंदर अगर कर भी रहा है कोई तो वो बहुत, अब सैट होता था, वो बहुत पुराना हो गया सन के अंदर, तो केपी के अंदर हमें नहीं पता क्या लर्निंग लेवल्स का, तो लर्निंग लेवल के ऊपर ना आगे पीछे हमें कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है अवेलेबल। इस तरह की जो चीज़ें, अनलेस वी हैव दिस कंसोलिडेटेड इन्फॉर्मेशन अराउंड एजुकेशन डेटा, तो वो उसके बगैर तो कंपैरेबिलिटी तो इम्पॉसिबल है।
So I think we've talked a lot about the macro level, right? Bird's
Yeah.
eye view of what needs to happen, what's happening well. But if we can just zoom into the school and the class, or whatever you call it, right? The interactive space between a teacher and a student. What do you think needs to change? And what does the classroom or the center or the interaction of tomorrow look like because all these, inshallah, at some point in time we can look back and say, but I've worked in the sector for 25 years. The conversations we're having now are the conversations we were, aapko pata hai, 25 saal pehle bhi ye conversations were
That's the
happening, right?
point, that's the
So, we're just chasing our own tail. But if you were to say, okay, I have some time, I have something that I want to contribute to, and I want to bring children together in an interaction in which they will be motivated to come to school, they will learn well, and their learning outcomes will actually be something that they can be proud of. So what would you say? Like off the top of your head, what is the model that comes to mind immediately?
So I think at bare minimum the number of teachers जो स्कूल के अंदर हैं, they should be at least adequate enough to accommodate the children. जो एक 30:1 की STR की ratio है, it's there for a reason. अब हमारे जो primary schools हैं, 35% of primary schools in Pakistan, public schools हैं, they are one teacher schools I think. अब आप one teacher schools के साथ 5 classrooms, multimedia teaching, and then they go to teacher training institutes जिसके अंदर आपको टॉर्ड पढ़ा रहे हैं, ये पढ़ा रहे हैं कि आपने 1-to-1 attention देनी है स्टूडेंट्स को. You are managing 70-80 students in one classroom at one time with 5 different levels, and within each classroom there are different level of understanding of each child as well. तो आप उसको फिर कैसे individual attention दे सकते हैं? So at bare minimum you need to make sure कि at least adequate number of teachers available है स्कूल के अंदर, and then the content and pedagogy जो उनकी है वो it's aligned with whatever they're teaching. जो मैथ का टीचर है वो इंग्लिश की ट्रेनिंग दे रहा है, जो इंग्लिश का टीचर है वो उर्दू की ट्रेनिंग ले रहा है, जस्ट बिकॉज कि वो प्रिंसिपल ने उसको नॉमिनेट कर दिया है तो वो चला गया वहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग लेने के लिए. आई थिंक दिस काइंड ऑफ उस नंबर तो बन जाएगा पूरा कि आपने 600 टीचर्स ट्रेन कर दिए, बट इवेंचुअली 600 टीचर और मिसअलाइंड वो ट्रेन उस पर्पस के लिए हुई नहीं जो उन्होंने आगे जाके डिसैमिनेट करना है. पेडागोजी आप पढ़ा रहे हैं जी कि आपने 1-to-1 टीचिंग करानी है, बट देन मल्टीमीडिया टीचिंग इज़ वेरी कॉमन इन पाकिस्तान. 65% ऑफ द स्कूल्स इन प्राइमरी स्कूल्स हैं वो लेस देन 1 ग्रेड उनके पास टीचर्स हैं, तो वो आप मतलब उसको कैसे अकोमोडेट कर सकते हैं. सो नंबर ऑफ टीचर्स एटलीस्ट एट बेयर मिनिमम एडिक्वेसी होनी चाहिए उनकी, और फिर उनकी कंटेंट और पेडागोजी जो है वो अलाइन होनी चाहिए, और ट्रेनिंग्स एटलीस्ट नीड बेस्ड होनी चाहिए. सम सॉर्ट ऑफ नीड एनालिसिस मस्ट गो इन बिफोर द ट्रेनिंग्स आर डिज़ाइंड एग्जीक्यूटेड. अदरवाइज तो ये फिर वही है कि आपने पेशावर से हैदराबाद ट्रेनिंग करने जाना, तो वो वाली बात है कि आप टीएड लें और एंजॉय करना चाहते हैं.
What do you think?
Well, I think it boils down to the school name. Your school is as good or as bad as the head of the school is. Number one, and I think we need to hold them accountable, or saza aur jaza ka concept hona chahiye. Schools which do well, I mean, we must acknowledge them. Unko, we should portray them as society mein heroes, because they are actually making a big contribution. And the ones who are not, coming up to the mark, they shouldn't be there. So I think, agar bilkul in one liner mein kahun to, I think that's really how it should be. They should know exactly what their job is, how to deliver on that.
I agree. The teacher should be motivated to teach at the basic level, and then the teacher obviously should have the tools like the structured pedagogy and the lesson plans and whatever at their disposal, so they don't feel they're out on an island. We don't actually know how many teachers, if they were touched correctly, who are not currently responding, would actually respond positively. We just assume that most of the teachers are terrible, they're not interested, but they haven't either fairly been approached by the government and the system behind them. And there must be some accountability. I mean, we were talking about Punjab because there's a Punjab representative in the room. Recently there was a teacher, teachers were invited to come and evaluate, get the training evaluation or assessment or whatever. And I think nobody came.
Yes.
And then it became a big deal, and the chief minister was very angry, and she's like, what do we do about this, these bloody idiots? And we couldn't do anything about it, despite the plan.
नहीं वो फिर वो मैंने आज नहीं बताया ना, वो election duty की तो नहीं.
नहीं, but वही point, it just feeds to the same thing. So,
Yeah, I know, but
unless we, There's no 80% of what is minimum required. You know, if I do 80% of the minimum required, I still haven't done the minimum required, so nothing will change. So, you know, that just becomes a tragedy then, that the government takes so many steps and then the one that stops it at the end, that's it. It's not just about, but Punjab is the best, but of the rest. And Punjab's best district, मैं तो आपसे यही कह रहा था कि वो Punjab's best district compared to what? Compared to a district in KP or an interior Sindh. I mean, I have results from the ICT, which these people in the ministry here say is the best in the country. 5th grade child, half of them can't read a 3rd grade passage in Urdu. They can pass some test, but then you put a reading comprehension in front of them and nobody can answer. So, we just have to be honest with ourselves and, yeah, anyway.
अच्छा, while we were talking, so I was thinking कि realistically हमने इस वक्त बात नहीं की टेक्नोलॉजी की ना, हमने बिल्कुल बात नहीं की। अच्छा, एक तो जो क्लासरूम है, जो स्कूल है, वो उसकी हेड टीचर बहुत मैटर करती है, देन उसकी टीचर बहुत मैटर करती है। अच्छा, जब ये सारा एज वी आर इवॉल्विंग दैट होल कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ, स्पेशली सिंस वी आर टॉकिंग मोस्टली अबाउट यू नो द गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स, उस्ताद शागिर्द का जो इक्विलिब्रियम है ना, वो बदल चुका है। Because the shagird maybe knows a lot more in whatever things they want to know, but not exactly science, maths and etc. Because smartphones are available. All my mother's attendants have the best smartphones because छोटे इंस्टॉलमेंट्स पे मिल जाते हैं, ठीक है। और वो क्या करती हैं, उन्होंने बच्चों को चुप कराना है तो वो हाथ में उनके स्मार्टफोन। अब वो जा रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट स्कूल, गवर्नमेंट में क्या एक स्टेल सी टीचर बैठी है, वो ही उस्ताद शागिर्द वाला उसका डिस्पोजिशन है। सो ये टीचर्स नीड टू बी यंग एंड द टीचर ट्रेनिंग हैज टू नाउ। अच्छा, लेकिन मैं अपना उस पे वापस आऊंगी कि देखें जो आपने हमारे 20 पता नहीं कितने मिलियंस हैं, 24 से तो ज्यादा ही मिलियन चिल्ड्रन आउट ऑफ स्कूल, उनके लिए उनका भी तो कोई बंदोबस्त करना है ना। सो फॉर दैट आई वांट टू बी वेरी क्लियर ऑन दिस, फॉर दैट इट्स गोइंग टू बी द यूथ। उनके लिए एक अम्ब्रेला हो, मतलब उनको छोड़ ना दिया जाए कि एक पैकेट दे के छोड़ दिया कि भाई ये स्कीम है तो आप ये ले जाएं और करते रहेंगे, वो करके एक अम्ब्रेलाज होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स आपके बस में, जो प्रोविंसेस आपके बस में है, ठीक है ना। केपी के भी ओपन है, मतलब लेकिन ये कि उनकी ब्यूरोक्रेसी अच्छी, खैर एनीवेज। बट लुकिंग एट द गवर्नमेंट, like you know you are with the government, आपको वो equilibrium, I'm sure Beacon House is doing it, you know, rapidly they are doing it. So we have to now, it's going to evolve into some other relationship. It's going to be totally a learning based relationship. मतलब वो एक रोब जो उस्ताद का होता है ना कि जी मैंने ये कहा है, फिंगर ऑन लिप्स, ये वो करके हमारे जहाँ ये हम जो बातें कर रहे हैं वो पुरानी चल रही हैं, वो टीचर्स भी पुराने चल रहे हैं, वो जो नया टीचर आता है वो भी वही स्ट्रिक्ट वो करके आ जाते हैं, जैसे कि उनको बहुत कुछ पता है और बच्चों को कुछ नहीं पता। तो फॉर द न्यू, मतलब जो अगर हम विजुलाइज करें तो दैट ऑल्सो हैज टू चेंज। अच्छा, मैं अब एक और बात बताना चाहती हूँ आपको। इस्लामाबाद में देयर आर अराउंड 430 पब्लिक स्कूल्स and 2000 plus private schools, and these are not the beacon houses, they are जो आपके टर्नॉल है, 12 कऊ है, इधर है, उधर है, छोटे स्कूल्स फैले हुए, उनको भी आप इंगेज कर सकते हैं। उनको इंगेज करना बहुत ज़रूरी है, उनका माइंडसेट, क्योंकि वो एक बच्चों को बढ़ा रहे हैं, वो किस चीज़ के लिए बढ़ा रहे हैं। अच्छा, और जो लास्ट जो मैंने एक्सपीरियंस किया है वो ये किया है कि जो बच्चे गवर्नमेंट स्कूल, इवन पंजाब जैसे कसरूर वगैरह के इलाके हैं ना, माएँ काम कर रही हैं, घर पे कोई नहीं है, बच्चे, मतलब क्रिश्चियन कम्युनिटी की बात करूँ, मतलब मेरा अपना एक एक्सपीरियंस है मेरी अम्मी की अटेंडेंट का कि उसके बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, 9वीं में जाके फेल हो, 9वीं का इम्तिहान नहीं, बोर्ड का इम्तिहान नहीं पास करेंगे, मतलब you know that is also the thing, but we are not discussing that. So that classroom has to be a happy place, बच्चों का पेट भरा हुआ हो, और टीचर जो है वो नए जो आपके टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड रिस्पॉन्सेज हैं उसके मुताबिक करें, उनके मुताबिक इंटीग्रेट करें। एंड द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट इज रादर देन एन एजुकेशनल इमरजेंसी, वी रियली नीड टू टेक इट अपॉन आवरसेल्व्स टू क्रिएट दैट एजुकेशन बस। मतलब पीएम कहें, सीएम कहें, सारे प्रोविंसेस के कहें ना कहें, मगर सबके नाम मुंह के ऊपर ये होना चाहिए कि जी एजुकेशन इज इम्पोर्टेंट, व्हाट्स हैपनिंग विद आवर किड्स।
think these are really very good points. So I know we have about 2-3 minutes. Any closing remarks? You brought up technology, AI, etc. On the medium of instruction, if we can just have the one closing remark each, and how do you think that needs to evolve? Because we know children learn in a language that they understand best at home, and how, if you're bringing the content and the teacher closer to the learner's needs, what is, because that is a big, very complex issue. There are hundreds of languages here, so.
I'll go first. I mean, the idea of single national curriculum was built on mother tongue, right?
Yeah.
That we will use it. But the assumption was that Urdu was the mother tongue for everyone in the country, which is absolutely not the case. So, I mean, we can go with, I mean, I think the science is correct. Mother tongue is important, at least in the foundational learning stage, and so I think probably there's agreement on that. And yeah,
No, I totally agree with you.
I mean, that's what it is.
Because if they don't understand anything,
Yeah.
or that too in the early years.
Yeah, I mean that thing was more an issue meant to, in my view, to mask the retreat on government spending of education, to make it seem like education is a big thing for the PTI government, where they were retreating from spending, and it created this fuss. But Murad Ras, I spoke to him a few times. I said, but mother tongue is in Lahore for some of us. But you go to Kasur and it is not the mother tongue, so that's okay. I
अच्छा
mean,
सिंध में सॉरी मतलब मैंने बहुत बोल दिया था तो नहीं बोलूँगी और
Sindh has done it quite well.
नहीं सिंध में सिंधी ही है
है,
but Urdu भी है, Karachi में Urdu भी है.
You know, there's schools behind the ground floor.
Yes,
You have Urdu medium,
yes,
on the top
yes,
floor you
yes.
have
So
Sindhi
they've done it
medium,
well.
right? So they
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
अच्छा
We have
पंजाब
principal
ये
educators there,
डायलेमा है
yeah.
पंजाब का KPK का है बलूचिस्तान का तो किसी को कुछ पता ही नहीं है आपको सिर्फ वर्ल्ड बैंक वालों को पता होगा हमें किसी को कुछ नहीं पता क्या होता है वहाँ पर
हम जाते भी
मगर
नहीं।
ये है कि भी हम जा भी नहीं सकते अब तो मना कर देते मत आओ लेकिन ये कि यू नो पंजाब में पंजाबी पे उतना जोर
नहीं
नहीं
दिया,
है
which is,
नहीं दिया।
अब
well,
आप
अब
करें-
काफी नहीं बात होती है इस पे जी, काफी होती है, and I think they are thinking about this, but वो जो सेक्रेटरी साहब है वो उसके रस्म खात में फंसे रहते हैं, I don't know why.
PTI की हुकूमत में जब SNC एस्टेब्लिश हुआ था तो KP में उर्दू भी और अंग्रेजी भी दोनों पश्तो में पढ़ाए जाते थे. पश्तो में पढ़ा रहे हैं, इंग्लिश क्लास, उर्दू क्लास, so
Yeah.
You know,
So
that's a case for mother tongue, I guess. Anyway.
अच्छा एक लास्ट पॉइंट है कि वो ये कि आपने बहुत बात की फादर इसके ऊपर एब्सेंस ऑफ डेटा we have
Yeah.
to report this in this reporting of this कि
And
जो
standardized data, right?
देखिए
Yeah.
स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड डेटा जो है कि किसी ने वो यहाँ पर इस्लामाबाद में भी कोई बन गया है कोई सेंटर बना हुआ है स्टैटिस्टिशियंस का जो पहले कुछ एपीआई होता था हाँ वो पाई बना हुआ है ये कुछ हो गया वो कुछ हो गया मगर सिंसियर एंड ऑथेंटिक डेटा नहीं है
And data that actually parents can understand, right? So you want data all the way from the policy makers to the implementers, but also your beneficiaries, right? The parents.
Yeah.
That is something that can be understood and used. एक data को collect और report करना और दूसरा data को use करना, right?
अच्छा and the data the parents and the parliamentarians, provincial parliamentarians as well as national parliamentarians. देखिए बस क्रिएट करने की बात ये है कि अगर वो पूछते रहते हैं हर कोई कि अच्छा हम बात क्या करें तो फिर ये होता है कि वो बहुत ज़रूरी है.
No, totally.
Do you have any questions for your documentation? Did you get it all? Yeah. Thank you so much.
This was amazing.
Philosopher once said,
Enjoying everybody else's.
it is no measure of health to be well
But you're right
adjusted
about
to a
it.
profoundly
That
sick
these
society.
conversations that
I really enjoyed your remarks, Asfar.
Well, thank you. I'm just, one of those people